Does it state when the vehicle was hired?
Yes, so what you have, my lord, you have the infringement as per the license statement and exhibit AAA, which was disposed by Mr. Matlo.
Yes.
It indicates when the infringement was done.
Yes.
Insofar as the hiring company, the Shackle Services, the director indicates that the records that you could find was to confirm that at some stage, indeed, accused 5 was hiring a car, and she referred to a specific date, attached the contract that she could lay her hands on, but then she says the records for 2014 October, and this is the part I was saying, my lord, she could not find them because the company is liquidated, but she said, and it's contained in a statement, that she'll get back to us. She's searching for those records, my lord.
Lana ke lama documents ke noma njengoba ngisho ke ukuthi director ngitholile ke ukuthi ke futhi ke yase inenkontileka ke la ukuthi ke evuma ke noma esho khona ke ukuthi kunesikhathi ke la khona umsolo wesihlanu bayeza ke khona azothatha imoto noma azohayera ke imoto kukhona ke nemininingwane ilana kanye futhi ke nala uMatlo asho khona ukuthi kwakunini ke la kwatholakala ukuthi khona kophula umthetho wezomgwaqo ke ngayo imoto leyo eyayisetshenziswa uyena umsola wesihlanu ushilo ukuthi kulesikhathi lesi sango 2014 akukho akutholileke kodwa ke usazobheka ke nanjengoba inkampani ingasasebenzi noma ke isiyavalwa.
So, Brigadier, we don't have the record for the car hire for the year 2014.
No, I don't have, my lord. That's why I said that before we even adjourned, that we could not find the records for 2014. So we don't have that currently, my lord.
Okwamanje ke ama record ke angu 2014 okuhayala kwemoto ke asinawo.
Is it correct that infringement that is there is for 2016, if I remember very well, not 2014?
No, absolutely, you're right, my lord. It is for 2016.
Kweqiniso ke ukuthi leli ke icala lona ke lemoto noma ke lezo semgwaqweni ke infringement lena ke yango 2016 ayi u2014.
Exhibit J. I just want to refer you, Brigadier, to Exhibit J, where Warrant Officer Amanda Yvonne Stenkamp states the following. The 6th witness called Sipiwe could not compile any faces, but he mentioned that he saw an old green-blue sedan near the danger box. 2 unknown African males were sitting in the car, and the other 2 were standing outside the car. After a few minutes, the car left, and only 3 unknown African males stayed behind and were busy on their phones. The witness later saw them running. In front was a person with dreadlocks running with a firearm in his hand. The other suspect jumps over the wall. Close quotation. So, Brigadier, when I read this, logic dictates to me that the getaway car was a green-blue sedan which was standing next to the danger box. What is your comment on this?
You simply have to look at Exhibit HH and JJ, and then you will see that it's not that car.
Mangifunda lokho ke mina ke manje kufika mina ke ukuthi ke ngokwalokho okushiwo lana ke uSimpiwe ufunika ngalendlela ufakazi wesithupha obizwa ukuthi uSimpiwe akazange akwazi ukuthi abusho noma ke udwetshweke ubuso kodwa ke washo ukuthi wabona ke imoto endala egreen eblue eyisedan eyayime eduze ke kwalokubizwa ukuthi phecelezi ke idanger box ebhokisi ke logesi abantu ababili besilisa abamnyama babehlezi emotweni abanye ababili bona babeme ngaphandle emva ke kwemizuzu embalwa ke imoto yase ihamba kwaba abalisa abathathu abasala ngasemuva bebhizike kwamakhala ekhukhwini babo kamuva ke ufakazi uthi wababona ke begijima phambili kwakuumuntu wayinama dreadlocks egijima enesibhamu esandleni omunye wajomba ubonda manje ke brigadier mina ke kuloko engikutholayo ukuthi ke imoto iyasetshenziswa kwakuyimoto eyindala igreen eblue ngombala uthi ubrigadier kuzofanele ubheke ke exhibit HH uzothola ke ukuthi akusiyona le moto ebhaliwe la.
You will further, my lord, find that in the statement of Kwabeni, he indicates what vehicle was used by the accused on that specific day, particularly that was driven by accused number 5. He specifies the vehicle that it was a VW Polo.
Kuzofanele futhi ubheke nestatement sakhe ke uGwabeni uyayisho ke imoto eyisetshenziswa abasolwa ngaleli langa uyasho ukuthi kwakuyi VW Polo esho futhi ke ukuthi yayishayelwa uyena umsolwa wesihlanu.
This is also supported by Constable Zungu's affidavit, where he says he was driving a white one, and at some stage I think they needed to change or make space for each other, and he also confirms that accused 5 was driving a VW Polo.
Na uyakuthola ke lokho nakusona istatement sakhe ke uConstable uZungu uyasho ukuthi yena ke wayishayela eyimhlophe ngombala kunesikhathi lapho kufanele khona ke bashintshe ke uyasho ukuthi umsolo wesihlanu wayishayela iVW Polo.
Yes, my lord.
Is it correct that Gwabeni, you have dealt with Gwabeni yesterday, Sifiso Zungu, has not testified Brigadier in this court?
Yes, my lord.
Yes.
I'm aware.
Kuyiqiniso ngiyazi ke ukuthi ke uSifiso uGwabeni ke akabethukile ubufakazi phambi kwalenkantolo.
Constable Zungu, Brigadier, does not say in his affidavit or in his evidence in chief, even under cross-examination by the defense, that he saw he saw the accused in the vehicle that was driven by accused number 5. It doesn't say that.
No, but that's not what I said. I'm saying accused 5, insofar as I recall the statement of Constable Zungu, I was of course not here when he testified, my lord. He does place his accused 5 as a driver of a VW Polo. And I'm saying if you look at the exhibit HH and JJ, accused to indicate who was driving the getaway car, that correlates with what Constable Zungu is saying insofar as accused 5 driving a VW Polo, also being mentioned by Sifiso Gwabeni, who indicates that he saw something written VIS or something that indicates that the vehicle could have been hired. I'm talking about the correlation of the evidence, my lord.
Engikushoyo ke lana ukuthi ke uConstable uZungu uyakhuluma ke noma uyasho ukuthi umsolo wesihlanu wayeshayela yona ke iVW Polo. Ubheke ke itatimende uHH noJJ la umsolo wesibili ke ashoyo ke khona ke ukuthi ke imoto esetshenziswa eshayelwa uyena umsolo wesihlanu kwakuyi VW Polo, ubese ukhuluma nangaye ke noma ke ubuka yena ke uSifiso Gwabeni Zungu uyasho ke ukuthi ke kunemoto eVW Polo yayishayelwa yena ke umsolo wesihlanu, uyasho ke futhi ukuthi yayibhalwe uVIS okushoyo ukuthi kwakuyimoto eyayihayariwe.
A120, Brigadier of the docket. It is a statement by Kolile Machelejo. It was made by this witness on the 12th of August 2018 at 1500 hours. Sorry, not made. It was commissioned on the 12th of August 2018 at 1500 hours. And it is signed by the deponent Kolile Machelejo on that day. I just want to read the statement. Do you have it, Brigadier?
Yes, I have A120 in front of me, my lord.
It reads as follows. On the 12th of August 2018, Sunday morning, around 11, a police officer, Captain Mohale, came to my place after we agreed that I will point out the person that I saw him running away from the direction of the crime scene of the murder of Senzo Meyiwa. I explained to the captain that I saw the person again the previous Sunday at the complex, and he spoke to me, greeted me, and said to me that the last time he saw me was on the night of Senzo Meyiwa was killed. I never responded that, and he told me that his name is Jan and he's residing at a certain house at Paradise, Fosloras, paragraph 3. The same day, on the 12th of August 2018, at about 1400 hours 30, while I was with Captain Mohale, we met with this person in the street at Paradise, Fosloras. I then indicated and pointed out the person to Captain Mohale that this is the same person I saw him running away from the direction of the crime scene of the murder of Senzo Meyiwa. I then requested Captain Mohale not to interview him in my presence, and I did not want to make him, open brackets, Jan, close brackets, aware that I am the one who pointed him out because I was scared of him. Captain Mohale approached the person and spoke to him, and they exchanged the contact details. Jan was not looking sober, and I heard him asking Captain Mohale for Dacha several times. But Captain Mohale could not understand him at all. I later told Captain Mohale that the person was asking for Dacha. I then later learned that Jan's real name is Ngubeka Mtando, as he told Captain Mohale. I would like to confirm that on the night of Senzo Meyiwa was killed, the time I saw Ngubeka Mtando running fast away from the direction of the crime scene, he was alone, and I never saw any person behind him. And at that time, all the other people were running towards the crime scene. I only knew Ngubeka Mtando by sight. I did not know him, so I did not know his name. And he knows me very well. The statement might not be certified by the deponent, and it is signed by the Commissioner of Oaths.
Istatement ke asifundayo advocate uNumalo sifundeka ngalendlela sakhe uxolile Mahuleho uyasho ke ukuthi uhlala kuphi iKhevi uthi ke nge-12 zika August 2018 kwaku ngesonto kusekuseni isikhathi ku11 kunephoyisa uCaptain Mohale elezake la engihlala khona emuva kokuthi savumelana ukuthi ngizokhomba ke umuntu engambona egijima ukusuka ke ngakuhlangothi lwala isigameko senzeka khona nkathi ke kwabulawa uSenzo Meyiwa ngamchazela uCaptain ukuthi ngabona umuntu ngambona ke umuntu futhi noma ngimbonile futhi ke kwisonto ke elindlule la engihlala khona ke ecomplex futhi ke wakhuluma nami wangibingelela washo ke kumina ke ukuthi ke ugcina kwakhe ungibona kwaku ngobusuku ke ekwabulawa ngabo uSenzo Meyiwa angizange ngiphenduleke kuyena ke wase engitshela ke ukuthi igama lakhe uYan and uhlala kumuzi othile eParadise eFosloras ngalelo langa lelo lange-12 ka-August isikhathi kwakungu-14:30 kanye naye ke uCaptain Mohale sahlangana ke nalomuntu uYan emgwaqeni khona ke eParadise eFosloras ngase ngimkhomba ke umuntu lowo kuyena uCaptain Mohale ukuthi uyena lo engambona ke egijima ukusuka ke kuhlangothi lwa isigameko senzeka khona ke nkathi ke kubulawa uSenzo Meyiwa ngase ngicela uCaptain Mohale ngase ngimcela uCaptain Mohale ukuthi angakhulumisani naye noma abe ne-interview naye ngikhona mina njengoba ngangafunike ukuthi uYan azi ukuthi yimina umuntu owamkhomba ngoba ngangimsaba uCaptain Mohale waya ke kuyena lo muntu wakhuluma naye base benikana ke amanamba abo uYan kwangabukeki ke kuumuntu wayengabukeki nanjengomuntu ke owaye esoba futhi ke ngase ngimuzwa ke ecela yena ke uCaptain Mohale emcela insangu noma amahlandla ke ahlukene kodwa ke uCaptain Mohale wayengamuzwa ukuthi uthini kamuva ngase ngitshela ke uCaptain Mohale ukuthi lo muntu lona umcela ke ucela insangu kuyena ngase kamuva ke ngezwa ukuthi uYan lowo noma ke igama lakhe uYan unqubeko umntande nanjengoba watshela yena-ke uCaptain Muhale, ngiyafisa-ke ukuqinisekisa ukuthi ngobusuku bokubulawa kwakhe-ke uSenzo ngabona-ke uNqubeko Mtande egijima kakhulu futhi noma-ke egijima ngesivinini ukusuka-ke kuhlangothi lala isigameko senzeka khona kwakuyena yedwa, angaze ngibone omunye umuntu egijima noma ebaleka emva kwakhe ngaleso sikhathi leso. Abanye abantu bona-ke babegijima beya ngala isigameko senzeka khona. uNqubeko Mtande ngangimazi nje kuphela ngokumbona, ngangingalazi igama lakhe, kodwa yena-ke ungazi kahle.
Brigadier, the reason for me reading this statement into the record, it appears to me, Brigadier, that there was a lot of movement in that street on the day of the incident. Some people were going or running away from the scene, others were going to the crime scene. Do you confirm that? From the reading of the statement?
Yes, from the reading of the statement, my lord, from the reading of the statement, let me concede, yes, that's what the statement seems to be saying.
Yebo, mawufunda-ke istatement leso sisho-ke ukuthi nje kuningi-ke kwakwenzeka-ke, abanye babegijima beya ngala isigameko senzeka khona, abanye begijima bebuya ngala isigameko sasenzeka khona. Uma ufunda lesi statement.
Yes, I'll leave that for argument. I just wanted this to be on record. Thank you. Then, Brigadier, we'll move on to your affidavit, A128. The affidavit, Brigadier, that you made on the 29th of November 2019 at 1200 hours 59 minutes.
Yes, my lord.
Oh, you've got it?
I've got it, my
Oh,
lord.
thank you. Brigadier, before we go to this affidavit, I just want to ask you a few questions. You said this docket was discussed with the DPP Pretoria. They gave you guidelines in terms of investigations.
Yes.
Ngishilo ukuthi yebo idokode leli kula kwakukhulumisana nabo-ke nabashushisi-ke bala ePitori beyibona-ke abashoyo ukuthi akwenzekeni.
And that is at the stage, my lord, when it was assigned to them, because the docket was not initially sitting with DPP Pretoria. It was not there, but at some stage then it was moved to Pretoria, and then that's when I started engaging with the three state advocates, insofar as the Pretoria section is concerned.
Lokho-ke kwenzeka ngesikhathi-ke manje idokode sendlulisele kubona-ke ngoba-ke kunesikhathi la khona idokode lalingekho kubona-ke. Emuva kwalokho ukuthi idokode sele kubona-ke ila engiqale khona-ke ukuthi ngikhulumisane-ke nabashushisi labo abathathu.
My lord, I have not made copies of this affidavit. I'll make copies later because I intend to hand it in as an exhibit. Brigadier, is it correct that this affidavit is signed by you and your signature is appearing at page 3 of 3? It was signed on the 29th of November 2019 at 1200 hours 59 minutes.
That is correct, my lord.
29 November 2019 njengoba usho ukuthi mina wasayinda istatement leso.
And it was commissioned by Captain Mokhola. Sorry, not Captain. Constable Mokhola on the 29th of November 2019 at 12:59.
By Detective Sergeant Mokhola.
Yes, I'm sorry. Yeah, I can't read.
Detective Sergeant Mokhola kuyena-ke umuntu-ke owafundisa-ke noma-ke owabheka-ke istem so.
Paragraph 5 of this affidavit reads as follows, Brigadier, and I quote: copies of the docket was given to 4 members of the investigation. That is Lieutenant Colonel Telezi, Lieutenant Colonel Ramohalo, Warrant Officer Makubo, and later Advocate Silepe from the DPP KZN. After this, the said docket were given to the DPP Johannesburg for further guidance. I'll end there, Brigadier.
Yes.
Yes. So, Brigadier, when was the docket firstly handed to the DPP Johannesburg?
So I think I see the confusion, my lord. If you read the statement correctly, and because I testified about this, because it relates to the issue surrounding Mr. Thorpe, and I indicated that at that stage, I was not the investigating officer of this case. I was then asked by Divisional Commissioner General Komo to go and inform the family about them visiting, coming to give a progress report with then the former Acting National Commissioner General Pahlane. I've testified about this, my lord. But in between then we were asked to assist, but I was not the leading investigating officer. So that is the first part insofar as Mr. Thorpe is concerned. When we came on board now as the investigating team on this matter, where Colonel Ramohala was appointed, myself, as per the document I spoke about, Lieutenant Colonel Buthelezi and Warrant Officer Makubo. The first person we worked with, who was then assigned to us, was this Advocate Selepe. Then subsequently, the docket then went to Johannesburg. He was giving advice, then it went to Johannesburg under Advocate Chauke, the DPP there, yes. Advocate Market, and Advocate, I'll remember the names, my lord, but they were the ones dealing with it. Then subsequent to that, then it was moved to Johannesburg. So it was basically the chain of events that I was explaining, but the statement, it's in relation to Mr. Thorpe's statement, giving the background as to how did I get involved, and then went out, and then subsequently then get appointed. And when I got appointed, when Mr. Slepe came in, it was during this process when the docket was then assigned to me, my lord.
Ngiyabona ukuthi manje indoda isiba kuphike lana ngoba ke kumayela nestatement lesi sakhe uhlophe ngoba ke kunesikhathi la khona ke esasiceliwe ke khona ukuthi asilekeleleke siyeke nase KZN la esiyosho ke siyokhulumisana khona ke nomndeni ukuthi ke icala leli noma uphenyo ke lukuphike nendawo ila esaqala khona ke ukuthi manje sisebenzisane naye ke noma sihlangane naye ke uadvocate uSlepe leyo lase emuva kwalokho ke idokodoke liyadluliselwa ke liza ke kuadvocate Chauke ose Johannesburg wayekhona naye ke futhi uadvocate uMarket phakathi kulokho ke kodwa ke ngoloko kwenzeka ngaphambilini ukuthi ke ngibe sibe yithina ke abaphenyayo kamuva ke ila sekuba imina uKenneth uRamohale uLieutenant Colonel Buthelezi kanye futhi ke naye uwarrant officer uMakhubo.
Hence, my lord, you will see that this affidavit is dated 2019 November 29. So I was already the lead investigating officer in this matter. And I've also testified that, my lord, that this statement came as a result when the DPP, the current prosecutor, said, let us explain these events of this allegation that there seems to be a statement that you did not file in the docket, which was misleading because the statement was in the docket, my lord. So that is how this statement came about, because they said, dispose an affidavit explaining this event so that this issue of the so-called missing statement can be addressed. That resulted in 8/128, my lord.
Ingakho ke ubona ke ne date ithi nge 29 November 2019 ngaleso sikhathi ke kwakusemina ke ohola ithimba eliphenyayo ila sekuvela khona ke manje udaba lokuthi kune statement esingekho noma ke ingasiyona ingxenye yedokodo base beshoka abashushisi laba ekuyibona ke manje abashushisa ke icala leli ukuthi ke achazwe lo daba lolu ke ingakho kwaba khona ke le statement lesi.
So basically, Brigadier, my question to you was, when was the docket forwarded to the DPP Johannesburg for guidance?
No, so my lord, the docket was initially in Johannesburg. The
Yes.
jurisdiction, so where this offense took place, it's Phosphorus. The DPP, that section falls under DPP. When we were initially assigned, the matter was under Johannesburg, under the DPP. Then Advocate Sleke came on board. Then the National Director of Public Prosecution at some stage then gave a directive that the docket must be moved from DPP Johannesburg to Pretoria, and that is how we find ourselves here. But initially, from 2014, even before my time, the docket was guided after the placement of Mr. Mbata. It was dealt with in Johannesburg until it was moved to Pretoria.
Umbuzo wami kuwena ke ukuthi ke Brigadier ukuthi ke idokodo lelaya ninike eJohannesburg uthi ngaso sonke ke isikhathi kusuka ngayo ke u2014 idokodo ke leli lise Johannesburg ngoba ke nendawo ke la isigameko senzeka khona ke iPhosphorus ingaphansi kwayo ke eJohannesburg kodwa ke kwanesikhathi ke la khona ke sekushiwa ke manje ukuthi ke alisuke ke eJohannesburg lize ke ePretoria kodwa ngaso sonke isikhathi idokodo leli lalise Johannesburg.
Brigadier, when was the docket forwarded to the DPP Johannesburg for guidance? Do you know or you don't know?
No, my lord, I don't know. But there is a correspondence. I think that is the NPA directive. What I know is that we informed that we now have to go to Pretoria DPP, and that is when I indicated the date of January when we met the advocate for the first time with Brigadier Perumal Malota, testified about that date. But the correspondence between the NDPP with these two DPPs, my lord, I'm not privy to that, except that we got a directive that now we must go to Pretoria, and that is when now the three advocates were introduced. I've placed even the date when we had the first meeting with Advocate Baloyi, Advocate Leonard, and Advocate Makwata.
Ukuthi ke kwakuninike uma ke idokotela leli liseJohannesburg ke anginako ke lokho kodwa ke kukhona ke okubhaliwe ke okubhalwe phansi ukushoyo lokho kodwa ngishilo ukuthi uma ke siza ePretoria ngayisho ke nedate la khona sesiqala khona ke ukuthi sikhulume nabashushisi ke uadvocate Leonard kanye futhi naye ke uMakhwata ngishilo le date leyo.
Was there a decision that was taken by the DPP Johannesburg? Was there a decision, or did you receive any guidance from the DPP Johannesburg?
My lord, the matter was guided there. There are instructions from Advocate Market before my time. Like I said, it was before my time. The docket has always been under that jurisdiction until the NDPP gave a directive that it must be moved. So it was always there.
Yebo ke khona ke noma ke directive noma ke okwashiwo ke uadvocate uMarket kodwa lokho kwakungaphambi kwesikhathi sami futhi ke ngaphambi ukuthi ke kushiwo ukuthi idokotela manje alidluliselwe ePitoli kodwa isikhathi sonke lali seJohannesburg.
Even when I was appointed, it was still falling under that jurisdiction, my lord, until it was then moved to Pretoria.
Nasemuva kokuthi sengiqokiwe ke lalise lapho ke kwaze kwathathwa ke isinqumo sokuthi ke alisuke ke lapho lize ngalapho.
Was there a decision that was taken by the DPP Johannesburg?
A decision to do what, my lord? I don't follow.
Whether to prosecute, decline,
No, but
interview witnesses, guidance in terms of investigation, decision. Was there any decision?
No, there's no decision. The docket speaks for itself, my lord. There were no suspects in this docket 636 that were on site. The only person, if you look at the history of this docket, the only person that was once arrested, enrolled, is Mr. Mbata. Then the matter was withdrawn. Thereafter, it was people of interest that the police were investigating and pursuing and then not finding substance on it and then leaving them alone. The only time in this docket where you find suspect being cited and then enrolled with evidence is the accused before court, my lord.
Asikho ke isinqumo sasithathiwe ke ngaleso sikhathi noma ke sathathwa ke khona lapho kunesikhathi ke la khona ke kwakuwumbatha ke umuntu ngoba ke babengekho abasolo kwakuwumbatha ke kodwa la icala liyahoqiswa ke kuyena isikhathi ke la khona ke kwakunabasolwa futhi ke abasolwa labo ke balethwa ke phambi kwenkantolo yilabo abasolwa.
When the docket was with the DPP Johannesburg, was there indictment that was drafted? Do you know or you don't know?
My lord, my understanding of the drafting of indictment, you draft it after you have identified suspects and then with corroborating evidence that will convince the NPA that there are prospects of successful conviction. I am saying, when the docket was in Johannesburg and the docket speaks for itself, there is no indication after Mr. Mbata that anyone, not even a memorandum, was presented to say these people under this docket that I'm talking about, even an attempt to say we have this evidence, can you make a decision? There hasn't been such presentation. The matter has been all along under investigation. The only time a memorandum suspects were interviewed and then an indictment came into effect is it's here, my lord, in other words in Pretoria, where Advocate Baloyi, where the DPP in Pretoria then made a decision that the accused before court must then be indicted. That's how the docket is structured, my lord.
Okwami ke ukwazi ukuthi uma ke sekuwenziwa lokho kubizwa ukuthi phecelezi ke indictment la khona ke ekubhalwa khona ke manje amacala umsolo noma abasolo abawathwisayo ila khona ke kunabasolo abakhona futhi ke ngokubufakazi ke eninabo niyasho ke ukuthi la ngalobufakazi lobu ke abafaka umsolo noma abasolwa bazolahlwa icala noma amacala ababhekene nawo ngaso sonke ngishilo ukuthi ke eJohannesburg babengekho abasolwa babekhona kwakuwumbatha kuphela ke la seyaqoqiswa icala la khona ke manje sekunabasolwa kunememo ebhalwayo kunemincwadi ke ebhalwayo ke kungenkathi ke kukhona laba abasolwa khona la ePitoli sekuyena uadvocate Baloyi owumshushisi.
When the docket was with the DPP Johannesburg, was the statement of Absolom Zungu in the docket?
No, my lord. I've indicated, my lord, that the statement of Absolom Zungu was obtained in November the 17th of November 2019. At that stage, the docket was already in Pretoria. I've indicated that our first meeting, insofar as Pretoria is concerned, took place in January already, my lord, of 2019. So from the beginning of the year 2019, the docket of this matter was seized with Pretoria DPP. Even then, the statement of Absalom Zungu was not in existence. It only comes to the docket on the 17th of November 2019, my lord.
Ingabe sasikhona ke istatement sakhe uAbsalom Zungu ngathi idokodo leli lase Johannesburg cha ngishilo ke ukuthi istatement sakhe uAbsalom Zungu sihlangane naye sitholakale nge-17th kaNovember 2019 nango January ke nkathi idokodo leli lise Pretoria sasingekabi khona istatement sakhe uAbsalom Zungu.
So your answer is no.
It is no, my lord. That's why I've sketched these timelines, the periods.
Ingakho ngisho ke inkathi lezi ngoba impendulo yami ke iyasho ithi cha.
Was it a prosecutor guided investigation that you must obtain a statement from Absolute Zungu?
My lord, I don't
I'm
understand.
just asking the question, yes or no?
No, but I don't understand.
Why-
How do you guide it when an information is given to you? It's a simple thing. There's a source of information who says, I have information. You don't need to be guided by the prosecutor to follow that. It's part of my mandate. Any information is given to me as an investigating officer, we must follow it. Then obviously when you have the information, then you share with the NPA. That's when then you'll be getting the guidance. But following information, NPA cannot, because then the investigators, they can't guide you what you must follow. You go and follow, you collect whatever that you collect, you share with them, then they will guide you or tell you is it worth pursuing and what you must pursue. That is how it is done, my lord.
Uphenyo lwenzeka ngalendlela ke lana ke nganomuntu nolwazi noma ke information manje ke okwenzekayo ke ulandela leyo information leyo hayi ukuthi usulindeleke umshushisi noma abashushisi bakutshele ukuthi fanele wenzeni ulandela ke leyo information lo muntu akutshela yona ke usuhambileke abo ke emuva kwakutshela ukuthi wenzeni ngaloko okutholile.
Similarly, the statement of Constable Zungu was not there. You only obtained it last year, 2023.
Yes, my lord, and I gave reasons as to what happened, my lord. I've testified about this.
Yebo ke naso statement sikaZungu sasingekho lapho sitholakala kunyaka ondlule ngishilo ke nezathu ukuthi ke kungani kwenzeka kanjalo.
Is it correct, Brigadier, that you testified that you could not find any communication amongst the accused in terms of the Section 205 records for the year 2014? There was no communication.
No, so it's twofold, my lord.
Right.
Initially, like I said, the 205s that we had were starting after the incident.
Yes.
And I don't think there was communication insofar as my recollection is concerned from, and I stand under correction here, my lord. But I think but even the ones that we found, my lord, to say there was no communication, I think the expert, if I recall, may have found some of it, but it's out of the date of the commission of this offense.
Yes.
But the ones that were found by Pinky, Ms. Vettilingham, my lord, I think I seem to recall that Lieutenant Colonel Hose seemed to have said he may have found a link or communication amongst the accused, but that's what I recall, my lord.
Engikhumbulayo kumbuzo uthi ke kuyiqiniso yini ukuthi ke abukho ukuxhumana wakuthola ke phakathi kwabo abasolwa ke isikhathi sika 2014 yebo ke okwatholakala ke kwakusemuva ke kwesigameko lesi kwakunye futhi ke naloko okwathola uyena ke uMs Pinky Vitellingam ngicabanga ukuthi naye ke uLieutenant Colonel House ushilo ukuthi ke khona ukuxhumana ayekutholile noma ke akuthola phakathi kwabo ke abasolwa.
Is it also correct, Brigadier, that you could not find any communication between my client, Mr. Mapisa, and Ms. Khumalo in any records or investigations that you conducted?
Yes, no, we did not find those, my lord.
Yebo akukuxhumana kwatholakala ke phakathi kwakhe ke umsola wesine uMapisa kanye noMs Khumalo.
Is it also correct, Brigadier, that you did not find any communication between accused number 3 and Ms. Khumalo in your investigations in terms of Section 205s or otherwise?
Yes, I don't think, my lord, we found communication, but I think there is a link. From what I was briefed, my lord, there were linkages.
Yebo, ukuthi kona-ke kukhona ukuxhumana kwatholakala phakathi komsolo wesithathu no Ms Khumalo, yebo kuyiqiniso lokuthi akuzange kutholakala, kodwa-ke kwakukhona-ke lokhu phecelezi ama-link noma-ke okuhlanganisayo okwatholakala.
What linkages? You mean the transparent money bag?
No, my lord. I think we went through this exercise. I spoke about the bag, which appears in 3 devices.
Yes.
Then I spoke to the exhibit. I think it's Exhibit O. We dealt with it in this court where
Linkages.
Yes, because that's the briefing I got from the expert, and that is how it is contained in the statement, that linkages between target. Ms Khumalo is on top, and then the accused 3 also's name appeared there, my lord. That's the briefing I got.
Mina-ke uma ngibriefa-ke noma ngitshelwa-ke sikhulumile ngako-ke lana kule nkantolo Exhibit O, futhi-ke ngikhulumile-ke ngalamasaka-ke la abonakalayo-ke noma ubonayo ngaphakathi khona-ke, kanye futhi-ke uma ngibriefa-ke ngitshelwa-ke ukuthi-ke okuhlanganisa kwabekwa yena-ke Ms Khumalo phezulu-ke kanye nomsolo.
Linkages between accused number 3 and Ms Khumalo, besides the money bag.
My lord,
In Exhibit 01.
My lord, I think that was displayed on the screen. It's in page 41, to be precise. I read it. It's boldly written on top, linkages between targets. Ms Khumalo is on top, and then it goes down. Accused 5 also appears, accused 3 appears, and other names, my lord. We dealt with that part.
Lokhu sikhulumile ngako-ke bekutshe kwatshengiswa-ke khona lana-ke enkantolo kubhaliwe-ke phezulu Ms Khumalo, kwase kubhalwa-ke basola uyavela-ke lapho umsolo wesihlanu, umsolo wesithathu kanye namanye-ke amagama ayavela.
Linkages. Brigadier, do you have Exhibit 01?
No, I
Can you
don't
show
have.
us those linkages?
No, my lord.
No, it's for purposes of my cross-examination. I understand that my colleague Advocate Nisi did touch on this, but I want you to show me the linkages that you talk about.
All right, so I think we can display it, because we
Yes.
displayed it on the screen, then we can go through it, my lord.
I'm just surprised, Brigadier, that you are able to analyze the linkages, because my understanding is that you could not analyze them. You did not know what was there.
Yeah, but my lord, this is now incorrectly put. I didn't say I'm an analyst. I was asked as to whether there is communication between accused 3 and Ms Khumalo, and I said there is no communication. And I was asked that other than the see-through back money, anything else. This is what I'm relying on, what I was briefed by the expert, and I said I was informed that there were linkages, because this aspect, my lord, it needs to be noted that as much as I'm not an expert, but they gather evidence, then they brief me, because I need to be briefed. Otherwise, how will I conduct the investigation? So I was briefed insofar as being told that there were linkages, but I'm not an expert to interpret those linkages. And then I was shown an affidavit which was filed in the docket, and in this paragraph, my lord, I mean in this page 47, on top, my lord, if you can go down, though, if you can go up, on top, my lord, just before this, there it starts, links between targets, my lord, that's where it starts. And the first person on top is Ms Khumalo. The cell phone number is depicted. The next person, if you can go down there, it's accused number 5. Here. It's accused number 5. Then if you go towards your right, here's accused number 3. And Cleveland test 96/2/2015 is depicted. The cell phone device that was seized from him, my lord, is depicted. If you go further down, again accused 3 is depicted, and then it's even written F. Carlos, and then something like an ID number is also depicted there, my lord. So this is the diagram when I was talking about the link that is contained in Colonel Stein's affidavit.
Ikona lokho bengikhuluma ngako-ke uma ngikhuluma ngama-links-ke kwi-affidavit yakhe-ke uKenneth Stein, ngoba phezulu-ke kubhaliwe uMs Khumalo, igama elilandelayo-ke kubhalwa umsola wesihlanu. Uma uya ngako-right kubhaliwe igama lakhe umsola wesithathu. Uma uphinde uye ezansi, igama lakhe umsola wesithathu, kwaze kwabhalwa Ed Carlos, kanye futhi-ke ne-ID number. Ikona lokho ebengikhuluma ngako uma ngithi-ke uKenneth Stein okuyena-ke umcwaningi wangibrifa-ke noma-ke wangitshela-ke ukuthi-ke kwenzekani-ke, ngoba uma bengakwenzileke lokho bengizolenza kanjani uphenyo lwami.
Brigadier, those are not, it's communication, Brigadier. Because it is summarized, as my colleague Advocate Nisi went through this. I'm not going to go back there again, but we'll leave this for argument. There is no communication between Ms. Khumalo and accused number 3 at any given point on the 26th of October 2014.
My lord, I think we're saying the same thing. I'm not so sure where do we differ. I never said there's a communication. Where I said there is a communication in terms of the briefing is in relation to accused number 5. And I indicated that the brief, and it's contained in the affidavit, I was told about 2 calls specifically. Insofar as accused number 3, it's links. That's what I've said, my lord, and that's what paragraph 41 or page 41 indicates, that there are links. So I don't see where we differ, because I'm not talking about communication, I'm talking about links. And that's what the statement says, my lord.
Ngicabanga ukuthi sikhuluma into eyodwa kangaze ngisho ukuthi kwakhona ukuxhumana noma ke ama communication, kodwa ngikhulume ke ngawo ama links noma ke ukuhlanganisayo ke. Uma sikhuluma ke ngawo ama communication noma ke ukuxhumana, nanje babe ngishilo ukuthi akhulume ngabo uKenneth Stein, ukhulume ke nge communication noma ukuxhumana phakathi kwakhe ke uMs Khumalo kanye naye umsolwa wesihlanu. Kodwa ke la sikhuluma ngokuthi ke yini okubahlanganisayo hayi ukuxhumana.
To be specific, Brigadier, when one looks at exhibit, my lord, exhibit DD5F Roman figure 1, that is the section 205 records of accused number 3. To be specific, the records of the 26th of October 2014 in respect of accused number 3, they start at page 10 of 184. That is now the records, the communication on the 26th of October 2014 starts at 7 hours 12 minutes 58 seconds on the 26th of October 2014 and end on the 26th of October 2014 at 2000 hours 32 minutes 57 seconds. So on the 26th of October 2014, when one is using exhibit DD5F Roman figure 1, there is no communication between Ms. Khumalo and accused number 3. Do you confirm that, Brigadier?
My lord, I didn't get a briefing. I'm not a cell phone expert, I need to go back to that. But secondly, I did not get a briefing from any of the experts that there is a communication, as I've said earlier, between accused number 3 and Ms. Khumalo, whether it's the 26th or any other date. There was no such communication or report given to me. The only communication information that was given to me is in relation to accused number 5 and Ms. Khumalo. That applies to other accused, my lord. None of the accused, I didn't receive a report where it is said Ms. Khumalo communicated with accused 1 up to 4. The only accused that was linked in that regard is accused 5, my lord.
Lana ke angikaze ke ngithole umbiko oqala ngisho nje ukuthi angisiyena ke ungoti noma uchwepheshe ke kuona noma ke ku lokho kuhlangene nawo ke ama cellphone, kodwa ke angitholanga umbiko noma ke ukukhulunywe nami kushiwo ke kumina yilabo abasebenzayo lapho ke nobongoti ke ukuthi kwakhona ukuxhumana kwakukhona phakathi komsolo wesithathu kanye noMs Khumalo. Engakuthola ukuthi yebo kwakhona ukuxhumana phakathi kwakhe ke Khumalo kanye naye umsolo wesithathu. Kuyafana ke nabanye abasolwa kusuka ku number 1 befika ke number 4, akukho engakuthola noma engakutshelwa ukuthi kwakukhona ukuxhumana phakathi kwabo kanye noMs Khumalo.
My lord, by indulgence, I just want to approach Mr. Mapisa, accused number 4. Thank you. Thank you, my lord, for the court's indulgence. But I will come back to this exhibit. Exhibit DD5F Roman figure 1. I'll take you to exhibit DD5 capital letter B in bracket.
I do not have that exhibit, my lord, if I can.
Sorry, my lord, I'm still seeking assistance from the state to get the exhibit for the witness. This one. Do you have it, Secretary? It's at paragraph 8.2.4 of exhibit DT5 from capital letter B in brackets.
Paragraph 8.2.4.
Yes.
Yes, I've got paragraph 8.2.4, my lord.
Yes, thank you. It's analysis by Colonel Gous. Brigadier, my client, accused number 4, does not deny such communication, as depicted in paragraph 8.2.4. He admits that he had had contacts with accused number 1, Mzwa Ukhulelwa Sthemba Spear, using the number 2771395380 to the contact number of accused number 1, 27793790137, 14 times. It was 12 outgoing calls and 2 call forward between the period 22 July 2018 to 19 February 2020.
Umsola wesine akaphikisike ukuthi ke yebo impela ke waxhumana ke naye umsola wokuqala yena ke umsola wesine esebenzisa inamba 27713953801 exhumana naye ke umuzi kaUkhulelwa Sthemba Sibiya umsola wokuqala esebenzisa inamba 27793790137 amahlandla awu14 phakathi ke kwe22 July 2018 ne19 February 2020.
I understand, my lord.
Ngiyezwa.
He further admits that using that number, which I've just read to the record, but it denies that when he called accused number or communicated with accused number 5, he never communicated with accused number 5 using the number 2771-595-1239 127 times between the period 29 September 2018 to 29 October 2020. The number ending 239 belonged to Lungisani Ndwando.
Yeah, my lord, I think, like I said, I'm not an expert. I think Colonel Gous who is best vested with this, with him explaining this part, my lord. I did not do this analysis. I don't have the expertise. I can only see what is contained here, my lord.
Kodwa ke uyaphikisa ke ukuthi yena ke waxhumana ke nomsolwa ke wesihlanu esebenzisa umsolwa wesihlanu esebenzisa inumber 27715951239 amahlandla 127 phakathi kwe-29 September 2018 ne-28 August 2020 uthi leya number leyana u-27715951239 yayisetshenziswa. You said the name, Advocate Khumalo?
Lungisani Ndwana.
Lungisani. Mina ke umuntu ongaphendula ke noma ke ongakhuluma ngaloku uLieutenant Colonel House, mina ke angisiyena ungoti kuloko, ngiyakubona nje ukubhaliwe la kodwa akusona ke umsebenzi owenziwa yimina lo.
I'm sorry, my lord. May I also take one instruction? Thank you. Thank you, my lord, for the court's indulgence. Thank you. He further admits Brigadier that him using the number ending 801, he was never in contact with accused number 5 using the number 27825859759 2 times on the 19th of July 2020. That number does not belong to accused number 5. In fact, he cannot remember now as we speak to whom did it belong.
My lord, once more, like I said, the analyst who did this, my lord, and this mapping is Colonel House, so I really can't assist in this.
Okunye futhi ke uthi ke akaza xhumana ke nomsola wesihlanu ke yena ke number 4 esebenzisa inumber egcina ngo-801 kule number ewu-27825859759 uthi ke leya number amahlandla amabili nge-19 zikaJuly 2020 leya number akusiyona ke number kamsola wesihlanu kumanje njena ke akakhumbuli ukuthi ke yekabani. Futhi ke nanje bangishilo ke ngaphambilini ukuthi ke umuntu owenze lokhu noma ke wahlanganisa lokhu uyena uKolonel House.
In fact,
how does it assist this court? Did you put that to House?
I'll have to go to the record.
Hello?
my lord. I'll have to go to the record.
Yeah, because if you're putting to this witness, doesn't matter.
It doesn't
He
matter.
never compiled that
It-
document.
It matters, my lord, to me.
Hello?
It matters to me.
Okay, fine. To you it matters, fine.
Yes, it
But
does.
it's House who compiled that document.
I'm going somewhere, my lord.
That's why I'm asking you, did you put that to House?
Yes, it was. There was no dispute about this. There was no
Yeah,
dispute
fine.
about
If you have
this.
put
Yes.
it to House, fine.
Yes.
I just want to inquire if you did.
Yes.
Because he
That-
is
that's
telling you that he's not an analyst and he never compiled that document.
Does the court says I must stop now?
I never said that.
Okay.
I'm telling you the factual situation about Brigadier saying he can't assist you there because he is not an analyst and he never compiled that document.
Yes, it's
It was
fine.
compiled by an affidavit of
Yes.
House.
Yes, it's fine. I'll accept any response from him.
Hello?
I'll accept any response from him.
Any response?
Yes, any
Okay,
response.
fine, no problem.
Yes, no problem. Where was I? Oh, yes. He further admits that he was in contact with accused number 3 using the number ending 801 to accused number 3's number 27829563220 48 times between the period 16 July 2018 to 2 March 2021.
I'm listening, my lord.
Aphinda avumeke ukuthi yebo waxhumana-ke nomsola wesithathu yena-ke unumber 4 esebenzisa inumber egcina ngo-801 umsola wesithathu esebenzisa u-27829563220 amahlandla awu-48 phakathi kwe-16 July 2018 ne-2 March 2021. Ngilalele.
Before I proceed, my lord, may I approach accused number 1? Lastly, he admits his number ending 801, but he was not in contact with accused number 1 on one occasion, on the 19th of February 2020.
My lord, once again, the author and the person who did this mapping is Lieutenant Colonel House. I can't really assist with that dispute, my lord.
Uthi-ke akavumelani-ke nokuthi-ke waxhumana-ke naye umsola wokuqala ihlandla elilodwa-ke ngeyi-19 zikaFebruary 2020. Ngiyaphinda-ke futhi ngithi-ke umuntu owabhala lokhu uLieutenant Colonel House.
From your investigations, Brigadier, did you find any communication between my client, accused number 4, and accused number 2, Mr. Ndanzi?
No, my lord, the people who analyzed is Colonel House and Colonel Stein. I can't interpret that document. I think whatever they wrote and whatever they found, my lord, they are best vested in that. Because by the time I got involved, accused 4 was detained, was convicted, was serving a sentence, my lord. And accused 2, we've testified about it, him being arrested on the 16th of June 2020, my lord. So they were separated.
Ungabe khona yini kuphenyo lakho ukuxhumana wakuthola-ke phakathi komsola wesine kanye nowesibili-ke abantu-ke abahlanganisa-ke lokhu-ke lembiko-ke uyena uLieutenant Colonel House noLieutenant Colonel Stein yibona-ke abantu abasengakuphendula-ke lokho futhi ngenkathi-ke mina-ke sebenza ngalo noma ngiqala usebenza ngalo icala leli-ke umsola wesine yena-ke wayese egwetshiwe noma elahlwe icala-ke egwetshiwe-ke umsola wesibili yena-ke eboshwe ngo-2020.
There was no communication, for your information, Brigadier, that was found. The communication between accused number 4 and accused number 2 before court. At any given time from 2014 to when Colonel Stein, Colonel House came on board to analyze whatever.
Yeah, my lord, I was not here when they testified, and like I said, I can't, I don't know how to assist with that, my lord. I'm not an analyst, so it's a difficult situation.
Ngangekho-ke uma uKolonel Stein noKolonel House bethula ubufakazi babo-ke angisiyenaka umcwaningi manje-ke kunzima-ke ukuthi ngingalekelela noma ngingasiza-ke.
Lastly, on this aspect, Brigadier, there was no communication that was found amongst the accused in 2014.
I don't know, my lord. I think one will really have to see the reports that are there. But like I said, I'm not an analyst. One will have to see what the records of accused number 3 says in relation to other accused, the one that refers to 2014, my lord. So, but from the top of my head, my lord, as I said, I'm not an analyst, but if I have to refer to the records, then one will have to look what they say, my lord, insofar as 2014 is concerned.
akukho ke ukuxhumana kwatholakala kubona-ke abasolwa ngo-2014 ngishilo kangisiyenake umcwaningi kodwa kuzofanele umuntu ayobheka-ke ama-records akheke umsolo wesithathu kanye futhi-ke nabanye.
I don't know if that is correct, because I think according to Exhibit Triple G1, there was communication between accused number 3 and number 5. Just looking for that exhibit.
As evidence
On
of
the
a phone
26th
visit.
of October, there was such communication between accused number 3 and
Yeah,
5.
that's whose evidence, by the way?
The evidence of Ms.
Pinky.
Fillingham,
Yeah.
Pinky Fillingham.
I'm sorry, may I rephrase the question? May I rephrase the question? I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Brigadier, may I rephrase the question? In fact, I meant that there was no communication that could be found between my client and the rest of the accused on the 26th of October 2014. That is what I want to clarify.
My lord, like I said, I'm not an expert. I think the experts really, in terms of the data that is available, are the ones who can talk to this factually, my lord.
Ebengifisa ukuthi noma ke bengifuna ukusho ngaphambilini-ke bekuwukuthi-ke akukho ukuxhumana okwatholakala-ke noma khona-ke phakathi-ke ngimele-ke umsola kanye-ke nabasola ngazo ngo-October ka-2014 noma i-26 October 2014. Mina ngivume ngishilo-ke ukuthi-ke ababesebenza ngalokho noma abacwaningi yibona-ke abangakusho noma abangakuphendula-ke lokho.
Sorry, when you say there is no communication between your client on the 26th of October and the other accused, what do you intend conveying by that?
Communication, my lord.
Yeah, what are
Communication.
you intending to convey by that assertion?
There was no communication at all
Between?
between my
and-
client and the rest
the
of the
other
accused. Yes.
On the
Telephone,
26th?
by cell phone, my lord. They might have met, but they never communicated on that day.
Yeah, because you put it that number 3, number 4, number 5, they communicated on the 26th of October in a combi.
No.
Okay, fine.
I understand where the court is going.
No, fine.
I'm saying
Let's
telephone.
leave it there.
They met. I never
Yes.
changed anything. They did
Communication
meet.
is very broad, sir.
Yes, I understand, my lord.
Very broad.
That is what I was saying, my lord. That by telephone or cell phone, they never communicated. They did communicate. They met.
I see
They
they
talked.
did communicate physically.
Yes,
Okay.
my lord. They did communicate physically. They were together. But that is not where I am. I'm at the fact that they never phoned each other using cell phone or telephones. They were together on the day in question. So I don't want the court to be misinformed. I'm just
This court
clarifying.
is very aware and astute.
But my lord, I never.
No. That's why I was
I
making
never
it-
said they never
That's why
met.
I was conveying to you that
Yes.
your defense and assertion is that they were together on the 26th.
That has never changed, my lord.
Yes, fine, no problem. No problem. Ramsipi, you want to say something?
I'm a bit flabbergasted
Why?
by I may have missed something.
Sure you did.
Accused number 2 being mentioned in the scheme of people that have
Not
communicated.
number 4.
Number
Talking
4.
about number 4.
Okay, as long as number 2 is kept out of this.
No, I never mentioned any.
That's not
In
number
fact, I'm
4
still coming to
statement.
the versions, my lord. I'm still coming to the version of the accused about what happened on the 26th of October, 2014. But what I was at the fact that they never communicated using cell phone. They were together. I'm going there now. That nothing has changed. May the court bear with me, my lord. There is an exhibit that I'm looking for. In fact, my lord, may I request that we adjourn early for lunch because I'm about to go to the version of the accused and it is a bit long. There are various exhibits that I want to use. Thank you.
What's the time now?
It's 19 minutes to 1, my lord.
How long is your client's version? An hour?
Yes.
Okay, fine. So you start at 2 and finish at 3?
Yes.
Okay, no problem. 2 o'clock.